Good morning. What's up, everybody? This is Jez7780 with a What Grinds My Gears, episode 45. Happy holidays! We're coming up to Christmas soon. Another 2 days. Stores are a disaster. Craziness going on. But I thought, I was just touch base with everybody. Come in. There's been a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff that I've been trying to find time to come on and just want to just give my opinions on out there and get my voice out there about it. And just talk some stuff and basically right before Christmas time, because we all know the noobs are going to be coming in 2 days. Get your Call of Duties and Battlefields and Fortnites and all that stuff, because everybody be getting consoles and it'll be noob fest. And probably all the networks will go down and we won't be able to play online for the next 3 days. So this is why I get my voice, get the stuff in now before Christmas time, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to get online, because usually that happens every year and we're gonna see a whole bunch of whole bunch of people going, PSN is down, Xbox is down. Oh my goodness, fail, holiday fail. You know it's coming. What's up, guys? I know I put out the tweet. This is a last minute thing. I was like, I got some time. Let me jump on here, talk some stuff, and get on there. But what's up? I'd like to welcome Meds. What's up, man? Can't wait to start podcasting with you and playing Xbox. Definitely. It's gonna be fun. Meds is just a new member of the panel that's gonna be on Planet Xbox. He just went out there and got an Xbox One X. So now you can see the difference between the UIs and stuff like that. And, I know that it is still a little sluggish on the Xbox One X, but, their UI needs some work. They're still basing off that Windows 8 disaster stuff. What's up, Jemiah? And Definition of Insanity. What's up, Ailish? What's going on, guys? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. A Sunday stream. That's right, Socrates. It's a Sunday stream. And I'm basically going to just go through some of the stuff that we've been hearing. Shit that's all over the place. Craziness. But the first thing, I just want to talk about just in general, going around for the holidays, man. Woo, these stores have been crazy. I've been looking, it's not that I need to go buy anything. Like, I got a couple of sales. Like, just wanted to recap some Black Friday stuff. Like, I got a couple of sales. I got Astrobot, which VR stuff. And if you have a PlayStation, get the VR. I've always been a proponent of VR. I think it's great. I think it's a different experience. I know your miles may vary with it, where dizziness, headaches, all that other stuff, but you got to try it. And for the price of what it is, it's something, somebody who has a Vive and the PlayStation 1, I really, I like the PlayStation 1 because it is more comfortable, but the experience is on there. They do have unique games and they feel like they're more like games, where the Vive, I felt like it was kind of early on stuff. You're kind of testing stuff. What's up? Merry Christmas, man. Insanity. So that's kind of like, I feel like Sony now has come into their own thing a little bit with their VR development. And I do think like Astrobot, incredible. Beat Saber, amazing. What's up, Blue? How you doing, man? Beat Saber is awesome. My son's been playing that. What's up, Black Metal? Merry Christmas, man. And Beat Saber is friggin' awesome. I do love those audio type games with the VR. Beat Saber is great. Just some VR recommendations. And Moss, as you know, that game has been really well. But I know Borderlands came out. I still think it's too expensive right now. Borderlands 2. I'm gonna wait on it. I wish it supported the aim controller. I think it's kind of lame that it doesn't. It only uses the moves and the a dual shock. And one thing I do have to say, using the dual, yes, that's what I was gonna say. Black Metal, thank you. Tetris Effect is $20 new at GameStop. I reserved it at 2 GameStops. You can reserve it without paying for money. Just say, hold it for me. But search your GameStops and get Tetris Effect. It's $20 physical new at GameStop. I found it on Reddit. So go to have a GameStop. You just have to type in your name and your email address, and they'll hold it for you for at least 2 days. You don't have to put any money down or anything like that, but it's $20. And that game can be playable without VR. So you could play it just traditionally like Tetris, or you can play it in Tetris Effect VR. So it's one of those dual games, and it's amazing. I played it in the VR, the demo. But yes, it's $20 at GameStop. Go do yourself a favor and get it. It's Tetris, but it's like the music, and it's made by the guys. I think they worked with the Luminous team, and that kind of where when you're hitting the buttons and you're changing the structure of the Tetris, it actually makes the noises and stuff like that goes with the music and the beats and stuff, and then the level changes. Yeah, it's really just like Luminous how that works. Definitely $20. I reserved it because I had it at one GameStop, and then they said they couldn't find it, and I hate that bullshit. You want to know what grinds my gears? When you tell me that I could pick up at the store, the system shows it in stock, and Best Buy did this shit to me too. It's a family show, though. I didn't want to do that, but anyway, Best Buy did it to me. You order it, it says it's in stock. And then it's like, hold on while we try to find it. And then they go, oh, we can't find it. You already put your credit card information in. You already paid for it. And you just got to go pick it up. And some person in the store is running around the store, grabbing it for you, and they can't find it. And then you get an email saying, we can't find it. Oh my God, that happened to me so many times during this holiday. I was like, store pickup, because I'm not going into the store. As I read, it's a family show. Sitting around the fireplace, hear me rant. But man, you go pick up at store. I order it. You think you got it. You're all ready to go. You're like, oh shit. Fuck, I don't even wait sometimes for the email to say, come pick it up. I ordered it for pickup. I go to the store. You're like, you know what? I'll do your job for you. I'll go pick it up off the store shelf and bring it to you so then you could check me out. But I got it. I paid for it already. It's done. I couldn't believe how many times I ordered shit. And then I went to the store and they're like, oh, no, we can't process it yet. I'm like, it's on the shelf. I will bring it. Oh, but you're in queue. You're in the queue that we have to wait for yours to come up. I'm like, holy crap. Are you serious? And GameStop, I sell them to hold the thing. Like, well, hold on, we're looking it for you. And then I'm like, oh, ready to get to the store and go get it. And they're like, sorry, can't find it. What the hell? I know, Jamal. I know. And I'm telling you, like, Amazon's been great. They only delayed one delivery for me, only one, but they've been pretty good. And now I'm like, right now it's too late for Amazon. See, like right now, like you got to do like next day or something like that. So like, we're in overtime right now for Amazon orders. So if you can't get it, you're going to the stores now, and the stores are a disaster. Holy crap! People just want to kick you in the nuts. They're just done with the holidays. The people working there just done with people. This is the bad weekend to go. That's why I figured I'd do this, because you can listen to this as you're going through the stores if you're still buying stuff. And then the worst is like after Christmas with the returns and stuff, like customer. Oh my God. Yeah, I worked in retail. I worked at Circuit City for a long time, man. Oh, that's good. Yeah, meds. Amazon does mess up. I tell you, I would never pre-order a game or a console from Amazon. I'll tell you that, because you're not getting that day one. Sometimes, like I remember, I ordered pre-ordered consoles from Amazon. Yeah, they never showed up on the same day. That was some trash. But yeah, I was just trying to pick up at store, and then you go to the store and oh my God, I'll tell you one more pickup story for the holidays thing. I know it was about gaming stuff, but man, I have 2 Walmarts, 24-hour Walmarts I got next to me, right? One has this huge friggin' tower in the middle in the front of the store. It's like a huge vending machine. I think I talked about this on Planet Xbox. Fucking huge vending machine thing. You go up with your phone, you scan it, it goes and gives you your item that you ordered. Comes right to the tray and gives it to you, and you walk out the store. Holy shit, that's one 24-hour Walmart. The other 24-hour Walmart, the fucking war zone. It is like stuff all over the place. There's a kiosk that you could scan your item, but like there's boxes all over the place. There's like overstock. And then what's hilarious is they got a table there with like cookies and coffee and a couch that like, but there's all like products on the couch because they're so overstocked and overflowed with orders. They got stuff on the, but it's like they expect you to sit in Walmart like you're freaking having an afternoon tea time, like with a one finger out. I'm gonna be drinking my tea time, waiting for my order. It's hilarious. It is like they got the cookies, the coffee machine, a leather couch, a pleather couch, and it's all sitting there. And it's like, oh, I'm going to scan for my product and I'll sit on this wonderful couch with my cookies and my tea and crumpets and wait for my Walmart employee to bring me my order. Well, when I went there was shit all over the place. There was all like boxes on top of the couches. There was boxes on the floors. There was like a cart that was overstocked. There were people just running in and out. There was one lady yelling, going like, somebody picked this up. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And she's yelling at the Walmart employee saying like, it says it picked it up, but I'm right here and I did not pick it up. Who took it? Who took my product? And she's screaming at the lady. Warzone. Friggin' Warzone. I was ducking bullets. But man. And then you go to the other Walmart and it's like the friggin' vending machine of the future. Like, but man, I tell you, there's a story of two Walmarts. But never go to Walmart if you want to get out somewhere, man. Because you buy something and then you would wait online for 45 minutes to get out of the store. And one last little rant about the holidays before I get into my little gaming thing. Self-service checkout. What grinds my gears with self-service checkout? Why? Why do people's IQ drop to 0 when they get in front of a machine to scan their product? Holy crap. Those lines wind up being longer than the real lines because people don't know what to do. They're like, do I scan? How do I pay? Oh my goodness, there's a camera on me. It looks like I'm stealing something. Oh my God, what's going on? But people just like, oh, I need help. And the light's blinking. You're like, oh my God, let me get out of here. But anyway, that's just a new topic, man. With those self-service, man. Woof. But luckily, I got a couple games. I got an Astrobot. I got that with Amazon. Talking about Amazon messing up stuff. They didn't mess that one up. I got Astrobot. I got I picked up Assassin's Creed Odyssey when that was on sale. So I still got these things in the blast. Like I gotta play them. But and then of course I ripped open Just Cause 4. Watch my latest video. It was I made a music video with the Sony's the Share Factory thing. That shit's awesome. And I made some like music video. That's some music things. Yo, talk about something that needs to get fixed. Upload Studio, trash, meds. Go click on Upload Studio. I think your Xbox will start having smoke come out of it because nobody uses that shit and it's broken. And try to put a 4K video on that thing. I think your Xbox will just blow up. But Microsoft has did a bad job with Upload Studio for sharing and social media and community and doing that stuff. The share button, as dumb as I thought it was, and Share Factory with the video editing in the beginning of the generation, I'm like, who wants to share photo? I tell you, it is amazing what you can do and sharing, and that was huge. Sony bet on that stupid share button and the sharing and the right upload to Twitter and YouTube streaming. Oh my God. Yeah. We had a nice self-checkout, but now let's see. Socrates says, we had a nice self-checkout, but now after every individual scan, you must wait for a clerk to run up the machine and turn his key. The key zooming from the machine to she's affinity. It's hilarious. And then you know what else? I'll get back on the self-checkout thing. Target has like a camera on you and it says, you are being videotaped right now. And I see so many people looking at the camera, like fixing their head, like, oh shit, this is how I look? What the hell? Like, it's like, oh my God, please. That is, you know what? That's probably the worst job. Being the kiosk person that has to manage that area with like 5 different areas of people self-checking out. You probably want to like just go in a corner somewhere and cry. But anyway, back to the sharing and Upload Studio. Upload Studio is trash. And the fact that they got the new 4K screen caps and all that finally upload to Twitter, Microsoft dropped the ball on sharing. Like with social media and community, it's just that's the one thing though that I feel like they had to see. Upload Studio was really cool at first, and I'm on and this is what happens. I do these sidetrack things, but because it was almost like their own social, they had their own video. I remember there was that girl that she would do like her own show on there, and it was almost like another version of Twitter or Facebook with gaming in mind. Like Upload Studio was really kind of interesting in that respect, where they would have the best clips and Xbox record that and things like that. And then it just died like everything else, like Snap and all that other stuff. But it was actually a community thing. Like that would have had more effect, I think, in the community tab than what's in there now. But yeah, Upload Studio was bigger than Share Factory, because Share Factory, remember, that came like a year later. They were going to have a lot of editing video stuff. Well, Share Factory wasn't there what it was at first, but the fact of the time is that Share Factory is actually almost like Sony Vegas. Like it's a video editor. It's amazing what you can do with it. And the fact that Microsoft Movie Maker or anything like that was not in Xbox at all was I just think that but Upload Studio was something different. Yeah, PS Home also died, but that was like Avatar Playground type of shit. But Upload Studio, though, was sort of like a Facebook type thing. Like that's why they had everything on their server. Like you upload to Upload Studio, and then you could go to like Twitter and all those other ones. But like first you would just go to Upload, where that's where the community would be, and they had shows on there. They had people doing shows. Like they had people that they hired doing shows and stuff like that. But again, it died. Like, I guess that was the vision of like it went from entertainment to no more entertainment to kind of like gaming for everybody, and that's where we are now. But yeah, those are just some side things I wanted to get through. But the one of the biggest things that came out, and I praised it. I thought this was incredible out of the blue, was Crackdown 3 single player footage hosted by Joseph Staten, talking over Crackdown 1, Crackdown single player 3 gameplay. And it was on IGN. IGN called it a hands-on, even though they didn't play it and gave their opinion on it. It was just like a video from Microsoft that was uploaded to IGN first. And I think Microsoft would have done better. And I know Gaming Addict, he basically was did a video about that, how Microsoft has all these platforms of delivering content, such as Inside Xbox, XO18, and they just give it to IGN to just put it on their website. You know what? I agree. I think that single player thing should have been something that should have been shared at XO18 in addition to the multiplayer. I don't know why they spread it out. But at the same point, I don't want to knock them for it, because this is what I've been asking for. This is what Microsoft needs to do. Now, how effective it is and what they're showing, I'll talk about that. But what they need to do is self-promote their games. You're right, Alish. They did the same thing. State of Decay. Yes. I remember the State of Decay, like in May or whatever, like somebody asked Greenberg, like, whoa, when's State of Decay stuff? And he's like, our campaign starts the beginning of the month. The first May 1st, the video came out of coverage going like, the radius between your co-op characters is too small. And that got carried for 2 weeks. And then the reviews came in. Like, I'm like, this is how you want to lead your campaign? Like, I just don't. It's just so strange, the self-promotion of their games. I feel like they're not super confident in their games, and they kind of go like this like they need to self-promote their games, not their services, not their hardware. Self-promote their games and show confidence. Don't let IGN run the game into the ground going, we played it, it's okay. Well, we'll be a little more optimistic about it because we got IGN first. But, similar to State of Decay, like he gave State of Decay, I think, a 7 because it was an IGN first. But like, he was playing it for a lot, and he was playing it on PC, and which is another kind of misleading thing when these games are being reviewed on PC, but they're technically Xbox games. And I know Xbox and PC games are somewhat the same, but Microsoft's giving them, oh, here, review State of Decay on PC for Xbox. And I'm playing it on PC, and it's like, I hope people with Crackdown are not playing Crackdown on PC, showing this game the best it can look, and then it's like, well, nobody's like showing it on the S. But I just feel that Microsoft needs to own their games and do it, and that's why I don't want to knock the process of it. I understand IGN and there's all the politics and all that other shit, and IGN first, and here and there, maybe they hope they get a better review, more favorable if they give IGN the IGN first, and maybe IGN won't give it a friggin' 4, maybe they'll give it a 6, but I just think that they need to do more of that, and they should have did it at XO. I think that would have been a great time to show a full-blown Crackdown 3. But Joseph Staten going over the game, like having a narrative over about it, it's definitely something that Microsoft needs to do more of, and they can't wait till when this game comes out. Crackdown needs all the help it can get with self-promotion. And now what they showed, I was like, okay, so it's an open world, it's non-linear. Your agents are separate, and I got the video on here, but your agents are separate saves than the world saves. So like you could be leveling up your agents, and different agents level up differently. They didn't show the co-op yet, but the single player, like and you do missions in the area to bring out the boss. Which a lot of games some open world games have that thing. I know Just Cause has that stuff like that. But this Just Cause 3, you just keep doing missions, you build up your aggro, you build up the heat, and then the boss comes out or something like that. But Just Cause doesn't have bosses. But that's kind of the level. You'll just do missions of a certain type of industry missions, and then that will bring out the boss. The boss. So that's a cool concept. Non-linear, drop in, drop out. I could see that. How the story goes, we'll see how the story goes, but not having a narrative, like linear missions in addition to side missions, and just kind of being open, just kind of I don't know how that will go. Jeremiah, I was about to say that what it looks like, it looks a lot cleaner than what it did. I think it looked a lot more cel shaded in the previous showing of it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, take your pick. But I do think that the cell shading was more intense there, looked more cartoony. I do think now they're trying to go more of a less cartoony, a little more kind of cell shadedness, realistic type. I definitely think it looks cleaner, just like Jemiah said. But from what they showed, now again, they showed the level of in one of the industry ones with the rubble and the rock and stuff. It looked very barren and lacking destruction. We know there's no type of cloud destruction in the single player, but there wasn't anything. And after seeing that video compared to what I'm doing in Just Cause 4, and you could watch my previous video, my little music video, Just Cause 4, and even going back as far as Red Faction Guerrilla, the remastered one, the amount of stuff that's going on, destruction, explosions, cars, stuff like that, I hope that's there, because what he showed of taking over a base was like 3 guys just chilling, and you just doing a ground slam or picking up one guy and throwing him and then just shooting a rocket. Like it looked very kind of barren. It didn't look very it didn't look super exciting. And I don't know if that's just maybe he was just doing stealth moves, but it didn't look like as intense or over the top. Because I'm sorry, if Crackdown 3 is going on the level of like a Just Cause 4 or that type, I think Just Cause 4 is a perfect example of like a single player, like open world chaos. Just Cause series. if that's where it's going for, they need to show more of that in the single player, because if that's what it is, lock on and just shoot guys and just jumping and jetpacks and throwing people. I hope there's some sort of destruction. Maybe not buildings coming down, but a little bit more, because it looked very barren. It looked clean. Now, I don't know if they had to compensate by making the graphics look a little bit more realistic and cleaner than cartoony, that we have less of that chaos. But from what I saw, it looked all right. But it needs work. It needs to be shown more. They need to show a mission. He showed some of that mission, but if it's just go take over a base, kill guys, and shoot a rocket launcher at a machine, I don't know. I don't know. And then again, that cloud-based multiplayer that they showed at XO18, it looks like a virtual city. It doesn't look like a real city. A lot of stuff like this game is looking rough. I think and maybe looking rough gameplay wise, like for fun wise, but I do think that it looks cleaner. I think it looks cleaner. I think that they put a little bit more polish on the looks of it, but I just don't. And again, it all comes down. It's not even the looks though. It's like it comes down to, why is this game fun? And that's where I think Microsoft has the hardest time explaining to people, like to selling people, why you need to play this game. And they need to do more of it. So, they got to show the co-op. Maybe there's co-op moves. Maybe there's cool weapons. Like, maybe there's some weapons that have second functions or something like that. Like, these are the kind of things I'm speaking about. Like, if they were, well, here's a gun that has a grappling hook. It's a grappling rocket launcher. Or you could take this car and grapple it and spin it around and throw it at somebody. Or you could take this car and throw it and it'll stick to a wall, like almost like a bomb or something. Like, like cool things like that, out of the ordinary, stuff like that. And those things seem like along the lines of like what they should be showing. Like, this looks fun. Whoa, that looks so fun. Especially this type of game like Crackdown. Maybe other games maybe not go along that line. But with Crackdown, you need to show kind of that over-the-top craziness. And what they showed in Joseph Staten talking about it, it wasn't over-the-top chaos at all. It looked very ho-hum, very kind of, Crackdown 3 beta. I you know what? I don't know. And, and also what Socrates says about the, tech demo, all the debris. I know. But when they show that demo, I'm hoping that there are other maps that look more like a city, because what they showed was almost like a VR world of Crackdown, where like, they're buildings, but they're kind of like VR buildings. Yeah, that's right. He smashed a mud bridge, right? Gameplays. Like, he smashed it. I thought that whole thing was going to come crashing down. Like, you could have some destruction. Like, oh my God, have you seen Just Cause 4? Like, they crazy going on. Crazy. Particles all over the place. Like, and the fact you go, Just Cause 4, I'm really enjoying it. I like it more than Just Cause 3. I like that they added some more elements to it. But, like, man, like the stuff that you can do with that game and the destruction, I don't know if you could have that. You don't need cloud for that stuff. Like, you could have a mud bridge or, destruction, the ground. Like, even what Battlefield has destruction. There's no cloud. Battlefield 5. You throw a grenade, it actually puts a dent in the ground. Like, if he smashes the ground, have some I don't know. Like, again, we're not seeing enough of this game. Like, even that little sneak peek, I think that's great. It's a good step. But why are we seeing 1 minute snippets of Crackdown? It's not like it's this amazing story. Like, how can we see more of Last of Us 2 when that is a narrative, story-driven game that might spoil what's going on? But Crackdown, where there's technically no story, it's an open sandbox, and we should be seeing like 5-10 minutes of gameplay of Crackdown. Instead, we're seeing like 1 minute multiplayer. 1 minute, a little multiplayer scheme. We didn't even see a full multiplayer match. And then we're seeing a little Joseph Staten video of like 1.5 minutes of him talking more. About 20 minutes of the minute, half of it is menus showing like the map and stuff like that. Like, we should be seeing bigger snippets of Crackdown. For a game that really doesn't have a story narrative that might get spoiled, we should be, and over the top action, like, we should see some craziness, especially in more of the multiplayer. I just don't know why Microsoft is playing, like, unless they're and again, it turns into, are they hiding something? Is this game not what it meant to be, and they're just showing little snippets because they want you to still subscribe to Game Pass or buy the game? I don't know, but they need to show more confidence in their games. And I remember back when Sea of Thieves launched, like, Microsoft was not confident. And then when the beta came out, they're like, oh, people seem to like this game. Yeah, you want to know what? There was 40 minutes of multiplayer recorded, but it wasn't through Microsoft. It was like, I don't know who had it. Who had it? It was like, it was a German website that had it. But like, even if there's the gameplay of it, and there's one video, and I did see that video. One video of guys playing multiplayer in German. That's what it. I don't understand. That's it. 5 years, and we get some multiplayer. But I'm even talking about XO18. You had the guy on stage. You had this. This should have been a blowout. You should have talked more about Crackdown. And I think that's what happens. Like what Blue Homie says, like, there's nothing about this game that looks interesting. And it's perfect for Game Pass. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it really that's the narrative that happens. People are like, well, I guess there's nothing exciting to show about this game. But what happens if Joseph Staten's like, yo, here's this rocket launcher that grapples onto this car. You could spin it around, throw it, and your friend could catch it. And it's like crazy shit. People are like, oh shit, that looks kind of fun. They're not doing that stuff. Again, marketing and messaging and their games. I don't understand it. And this is what grinds my gears the most. It's like, we sit here in wonderment about these games, about Crackdown, and about Sea of Thieves. Like, what do you do? What do I do here? Like, what do you do? Is this fun? And Microsoft just cowardly just kind of just goes in a bowl or does some goofy kind of Major Nelson fucking bing bong, bang bong, bing bong, like weird dancing around in a crazy ass suit. And it's like, yo, just be serious. Tell us about the game. Be mature about it. Nintendo spent a year talking about Smash Brothers and it sold like crazy. Nobody was spoiled. Now, I know that's an abnormality, but they got you hyped for a game. I never saw marketing for so long. Sony's doing it with Days Gone, a new IP. What the hell do I do? They show the Horde. They show you how you work with your motorcycle. They had coverage in Game Informer. They had a video coverage in Game Informer. They had more like walkthroughs and stuff like that already, streaming and things like that. Like, they're building hype for that game. Crackdown, they did a good job. That was a surprise. I was very impressed that at least Microsoft did something because they haven't even done that what Joseph Staten did on IGN. But it's like they cower with their games and still haven't confirmed Fable, but they come fucking balls out with like xCloud. And we're working on new hardware, and we're going to be bringing console games to everybody, and we'll have Game Pass. Definitely will be on PC. They shout from the rooftops. There's no cautious. They're not very quiet. Like, oh no, let's not talk about Game Pass. Right now, Game Pass is on Xbox. No, man, Satya and Phil fucking pants down on stage going, Game Pass will be on PC. Like, no fucking cautiousness. Nothing. No. But here's a minute of Crackdown. It comes out in 2 months. xCloud will be everywhere on Android devices. I can't believe I play this on my Android device. Fucking, they don't care. Woo! They don't give a shit. Man, when it comes to services and hardware, they have no cautiousness whatsoever. They are out there just screaming from the rooftops in such confidence. But when you ask them, hey, how's Crackdown? It's like, Did you see our 1-minute video? Crackdown's going to be really good. It uses the cloud. What are we doing there? Joseph Staten just put a video on IGN for a minute. Did you see it? We'll have more coming. Game comes out in 2 months. We'll have more coming. Like, that's the problem. Like, and that's where it grinds my gears, because it's like, they could talk about this, and we're talking, sitting here going, 2021, Microsoft's going to dominate. Yeah, they're going to have streaming. They're going to have 5 fucking hardware consoles. They're going to dominate in 2021. But February 2019, a game's coming out that we saw 2 minutes of video on. But 2021, we know they got 4 hardware coming out. They already confirmed they're working on the next generation Xbox at E3. xCloud video package. They came out and Phil said Game Pass is going to PC. Halo's going to be everywhere. Gear's going to be everywhere. The cloud's everywhere. Then they talk. Then they all talk. But when it comes down to gaming and the games, they hide like little bitches and show us little stuff. And that's my problem, where Sony and Nintendo have their games in the forefront. Their games, their gameplay, their story, their characters. They get you excited to play the game. And that's the difference that I see. And as a gamer, I'm going to gravitate to the people that are talking games. You want to talk about me buying more hardware and services and subscriptions? Well, you better have the content to drive those products. And that's what you had to be talking about. Microsoft's not going to be any success. They could have 30 fucking options. They could have 30 options. You could have 5,000 consoles lined up on the shelves, but there is not one compelling game to run on those consoles. Nobody's going to buy it. And it's with anything. It is with anything. If there is nothing to you, content on that thing, you're not going to buy it. You know, how many people subscribe to HBO for Game of Thrones? Just the content that drives the service. Nobody's subscribing to HBO to say, well, I can't wait to watch that movie that was in movie theaters and it's going to come to HBO one day. No. The unique content. That's what drives the services. So you could come out with 5 versions of Xbox hardware. Diskless, dickless, any type of hardware. It doesn't matter. But if you don't have the content, the games, people who they're going to buy and leave it in the box. Like, nobody's buying it if it doesn't have the content. Now, Game Pass, they're adding games and games. I agree. I think they're doing really hard push for Game Pass. Really. More so than, like, I would say, man, it's insane how much they're putting into Game Pass. That's the model that they want. So we'll see where it goes. I think Game Pass is just going to be more and more compelling. And, you know, if they have day one launching in Game Pass, other games, I think that's cool too. But they're not getting the big ones, though. They're getting the indies. They're going to have the big games are going to be their own. Because any big games are going to be either older games or their own games on day one. Otherwise, the other games that they got in there, the day one indies, like, you know, Below and Ashen, you know, that's nice. But those are little bonuses. Those are not, people are not going to sign up unless they're really interested in it. But again, we're seeing, and before I get into the hardware thing, which I kind of touched on, we're seeing, you know, this kind of thing with Game Pass in that, you know, with Below, I didn't play it. I was not intrigued by it. But, like, you know, it's not getting a good reviews. It has like a 68, 69, which I don't know why Microsoft just seems to like loving those numbers there on Metacritic. But, like, Ashen doesn't have an invite system. I was watching Gaming Ike and Smooth's video stream. We played it over at PAX. It was cool, but it doesn't have an invite system. Like the whole compelling thing about it, it was a Dark Souls co-op, and you need to depend on each other. And the fact that you just have randoms join you up, and you have to use you can't just invite your friend, jump in a party, and play the game. It's kind of weird. But is that a product of like how did Microsoft not help the dev with that? I don't know. I just don't know. I just have this weird feeling of Game Pass is sort of like, I think somebody said it earlier. Blue Homie said it. So I see people saying it's okay because it's bad because it's already paying for Game Pass and the low bar. And I agree. And, I have that sense. And this was my fear back in January when Microsoft said day one Game Pass games. I was like, oh, man, I hope they don't just say, it's in Game Pass. We'll fix it. Let it go. Just put it in there. And that's a good system. And not have it amazing on day one, but have it grow over time. I don't know. This Game Pass, it's the same thing. Go look at the Avengers Endgame and go compare it to The Defenders on Netflix. Now, I'm not saying The Defenders is bad, but look at the production value. Look at the actors. Look at the level of the Avengers Endgame or Infinity War compared to The Defenders. You got a next Netflix movie versus a big blockbuster budget movie. And I just use those as examples because it's a kind of a hero type thing. Now, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but if you were a movie, if you were I like superheroes, you're gonna kind of gravitate to the big budget blockbuster movie with actors and these guys than the B tier Netflix original movie. So if Game Pass is going to be the Netflix of gaming, does that mean that we're going to get games kind of of that level where Sony's treating their games like summer blockbusters, and Microsoft might be treating their games like Netflix movie originals? Not saying that they're bad games, but the caliber of game might be less. And that's kind of where I see, because I was afraid that Microsoft was going to make games for Game Pass, for that model. And that model is not becoming an option. It's becoming the go-to thing. And when I saw Sea of Thieves, my fear came true. I'm like, holy shit, that they're making games for Game Pass. Would they release Sea of Thieves as a full product if Game Pass didn't exist? Maybe they probably would delay it. Yes, and Jamal, you're right. He said they're buying all those studios for that AA, 1 year turnaround. The Booty said this. They're making games for Game Pass, and they're buying these studios to have content for Game Pass. And I know, and Phil called it a cartwheel or pinwheel or something. He called it, and I did it on one of my videos a few weeks ago, where you just keep injecting content into this model of Game Pass, and basically it'll start spinning faster and faster and faster as the fist spins faster, it gets more and more subscribers. But in order to get it going, you got to give it momentum like a pinwheel, and the more velocity it goes, the more content you throw at it, the faster it'll pick up. The flywheel. Thank you, Meds. Pinwheel, flywheel. I know it's one of those things, but it's a flywheel model. I'm not a business major, but he was speaking about this flywheel model of Game Pass, and they buy the studios, keep injecting games into it. Crap shoot, good games, bad games. Go back to my grinds with frogs. Holy crap, we were making fun of it. It says and I got, you guys are gonna be special today for the holiday special. Cheech, outside of the titty twister family, put this thing up, put the family to bed right now. When he's going we got good games, bad games, dirty games, filthy games, wet games, this games. If you don't want it, we don't. If you don't like it, we don't have it. it was like Cheech. And he's like, if you could find Game Pass for only $1, that's why I do the little Cheech video. His little video every time they talk about Game Pass. He goes, if you could find it cheaper than that, fuck it. Like, that's Game Pass. Game Pass is, they got everything. And if you don't want it, they don't have it. Like, that's basically what it is. Phil Spencer is Cheech in front of the titty twister in Dusk Till Dawn, just yelling about all the types of games. We got AAA, AA, single. We got shitty games. We got dirty games. We got good games. We got bad games. If you could find Game Pass for $1, only like that's basically what it is. Throwing everything into Game Pass just to get like, just to do that. And that's their model. So I don't know if they're just going to throw everything into Game Pass and see what sticks. But it just seems a lack of focus. And then they're like, oh, and it has keyboard and mouse and all this other stuff. Let's see. Socrates said, Game Pass is his favorite movie. I know. I just saw it. Like, it was a few days, like last month I was watching it. And I was just like laughing back because I was like watching that part. I was like, holy shit, that sounds like, that's hilarious because that's like what Game Pass. And I was talking to Frogs about it on a grinding table. And I was like, it's exactly what it was. I was like, what the hell? They're throwing everything at it. Everything. You got crappy games. You got AAA like with Forza. We got shitty games. I don't know. Frog, he wanted to do his own thing. I don't, he just he wanted to do his own thing. He, it was a guy again, like behind the scenes stuff. I think like on Twitter and stuff was getting a little crazy with some of the tweets going out. And, I don't know. There was just, I don't know why. He wanted to definitely do something else. He didn't want to be hunkered down. I think he wanted to talk about more platforms than just the Xbox One. And that was it. So, but check him out, on his podcast. I think he does it on Tuesdays, but I have him on. I'm going to have him on here too and stuff like that, just to, just chat and stuff. But like, Socrates says something here. It says, Microsoft got sick of how fickle it is launching new hardware. You must cater to the hardcore for years and years. The casual starts sharing money only when everything is half price. Services are different. And you're right. But the thing is, it seems like Microsoft is really honed in on the hardware. And that's a good transition to the hardware stuff, where they're saying in the next 2 years, Microsoft is rumored to have 4 consoles. Revisions of a diskless console might be announced next month, of a diskless one, and then bringing your games to the store and they, getting a digital version of it. And then on top of that, they're going to have then the Scarlet family, and they're going to have revisions of the S2 and the X2, probably with newer processors, and the S2 might be as powerful as the X. This is the thing. All I'm going to say is, everybody out there, be very cautious of what we critique and stuff. Because, like, we're going to make fun. Microsoft 4 hardware, ha, ha, ha. They have no games. Like, Jemi's like, they have no games. Sony will just do one. Like, I love how people are assuming Sony's just going to do one console. Sony might do 2. They might do a Pro and a Slim, or a Pro and a base for next generation for the 5. Get both markets. So I think it's the number of hardware. It's not the problem. And I don't have a problem so much, and this is me, of like putting their, like, of all the hardware and all stuff. The problem is that why? It says, I said it before, it's like, why do they insist on throwing out so much hardware when the software, it's so not focused? The whole essence of a console is a fixed environment, a closed system that people can maximize the power of it. That's why Seamus Blackley said a console was developed for. And Microsoft just seems to be like, just having so many options out there. Like, it is going to be so challenging next generation of like, well, you could buy this $400 console, but then you could also stream it on your $200 console that you own, or you could just stream it on your phone while you're waiting for midnight launch. What's up, Callie? How you doing, man? And it's like, 985 Sega, like, the games couldn't catch up to the hardware because they kept giving more and more hardware out there. And you get games like God of War and Spider-Man and stuff when the developer could focus on one platform. They don't have to focus on PC development and console development and then 5 iterations of the console. And I know they say it's scalable and all this other stuff, but if you go back to our State of K interview on Planet Xbox, and the developer is right there, and he says it's multi-platform. You make the assets for PC, then you scale it down for console. Why does Microsoft insist on having their first party be given that task? They should say, here's a dev kit of our gaming console, whether we have 2 versions of it or not. Make the game for this piece of hardware. Utilize the Hovis and the cooling and the direct connection of the GPU. Don't develop this for PC, all the configurations, and then just port it over to the dedicated gaming hardware. Things should be made for the dedicated gaming machine. If that's the case, then don't make a dedicated gaming machine. And that's the conundrum that I have with all this hardware and consoles. Like, are they trying to overcompensate to show people that we're still involved in the console space, but we want our games everywhere? And it's like, you can't be talking in 2 different directions. And that's the confusing part. And Gaming Addict, what's up, man? I can't, how I move on with it when every friggin' week it is more and more hardware, game services, and we get a 1-minute video Crackdown on IGN. Like, they're all over the place. And I just don't understand how the fixed piece of hardware and releasing all these iterations when you don't have the content to show. And that's where the biggest problem comes from, is that they're not showing the content. You could come out with all the different pieces of hardware you want. I don't have a problem with all the different hardware. But you got to know the software drives the hardware. And that's the thing. And people say, well, they bought studios. I got it. I'm very interested in what they're going to develop for and, how they're going to do it. But we don't know what they're making. We don't know who they're making it, who they're making it for. And that's the biggest challenge of it all. And for people to go out there and say Microsoft's going to dominate, or Microsoft, we don't even know what they're making. And that's the biggest challenge with it. I do own an Xbox. It's called a PC, Gaming Addict. It's called a PC. Because guess what? The last Xbox I just had, crap the shitter. And then it is just turned on and turned off. It's done. I'm going to try to salvage it today. I'm going to see if I could do some more hardware reboots to it. I'm going to see if I could recover it. But right now, that's the last piece of Xbox hardware I had. And my thing is, I am affected by it. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of people. Just because I have a PC and I could play Xbox Live, I could chat with everybody, how am I not able to talk about Xbox and Microsoft? How? I need to have a piece of hardware underneath my TV that Microsoft says it doesn't matter if they sell or not? Well, that is you. I have a broken Xbox. It broke. Powered on, 15 seconds, powered off. Not lying. And the 360, all that shit that went on. But this broke. But I play Crackdown day one like everybody Xbox owner on my computer. If the quality of games are shitty because Microsoft's focusing on services, it affects me as an Xbox gamer of their games. Sea of Thieves was shit because they focused on the service. They said content will come, all this other stuff. I played Sea of Thieves day one for free on Xbox. That's the other thing. I played day one. I could critique anything I want. Xbox is PC. PC is Xbox. I could talk wherever I want. Problem is, I feel like Microsoft built a community. They built a community based on a console. They took something out of the burning wreck of PC and made a gaming console for it. They built a community around the console, around Halo, around Gears. And now they've taken that community and said, no, we're gonna take all your shit and put it elsewhere. And you're gonna like it. And that's the problem. That's the problem that I have. And as a PC owner and playing Xbox games, I can't believe what Xbox has turned into with their games. And I really hope these studios make some good games. Because Microsoft talks more and more third party, but then they talk about all these consoles. They could do whatever they want. I got a problem with people going, they're going to dominate. They're set to win. And it's like, wait a second, you got to hold the phone. We don't know who's going to win. And that's right, Jemiah. Like, nothing has changed. Phil's the man of the year. Let's talk the games that were released when Phil became man of the year. What games? Xbox turned it around. They turned it around. They turned it around by having less and less. We had 2 years without a Halo or a Gears. And no new IP of that level even to come out. And Gears 5 is taking a turn. And this is the other thing I saw. Gears 5, Halo Infinite, PC of first-class citizens. PC is built from the ground up for PC. They said it with Forza, Gears, and Halo. They're catering to the PC market. That's who they want to get. That's who they want. They're first-class citizens, quote, from the Halo stream. Treating first-class... Well, then guess what? I'm going to be on that first-class device. A PC. Like, they're telling you this. This is not fanboy shit. They are telling you this. Phil Spencer at XO18 has a microphone in his mouth. And they go, Phil, what is the next thing you're going to do? And he has all those Xbox fans there, bleeding green ass, green underwears, green wigs. And Phil, what are you going to do next? And Phil Spencer gets that microphone at XO18 with people chanting, Phil, 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 Phil. And goes, I'm going to fix the Windows 10 store. We got a lot of work on Windows to do. I didn't say it. Diehard fans, Pony's didn't say it. Xbox didn't say it. Nobody's. Phil Spencer says he's fixing Windows. Then, right after that, Satya goes, Game Pass on PC. This affects me directly. Because I want to have fun games to play. And all I hear is services and hardware, services and hardware, services and hardware. And the games, here's a minute. You'll like it. Here's Inside Xbox, Major Nelson reading Twitter. And that's my problem. My problem is their messaging. And that's the thing that's going to lead to next generation. This is what killed them in 2013. Microsoft had games in 2013. Whether you call them good or bad, they had Rise, Dead Rising. They had games. Problem is their messaging. Microsoft led with TV. They led with you'll bring your games into stores and trade them in. But you can't handle this whole complicated way of like sharing a game and doing this stuff that caused commotion, that caused the media to run and just create scenarios. Like, if you don't have the internet, how do I play your game? How do I share my game with my buddy down the street? All this crazy stuff because Microsoft didn't lead with game talk. They didn't say, look at Rise, look at this amazing game. Instead, they went out there going, well, you could swipe and yell at your Xbox and then you could decide to open up with your hands and then close it and say, watch TV. And then you could, and we're going to have a Halo movie and we're going to have this other show and we're going to have ET entertainment shows and we're going to have all this stuff. And they didn't lead with the games, the content. And all Sony did was like, this is how you share a game. Here you go. Here's indie games. even at their reveal, they showed games. You lead with games for a gaming console. You don't start big and go small. And now, as we come to the next generation, it's the same shit again. We're not leading with game talk. Microsoft is not leaning with, look at these amazing games. Like, what lineup of the year? Most amazing lineup ever. Look at these. We don't even know the games that they're making. But they're not leading with those games. They're leading with, oh, you'll be able to stream on xCloud. And, oh, we're going to have hardware, next generation hardware be so powerful. And you're going to stream. And then we're going to have our games on PC. And then we're going to be play anywhere. Just look how confusing that is. Is the game play anywhere? Why isn't Sunset Overdrive play anywhere? Crossplay. No, it's not. Gears is. But Gears uses, like, it's so confusing just to play anywhere. What games to play anywhere? Which games to cross-play? Look at the disaster of what Ashen was like. Well, it was a cross-play and a cross-buy, but then Epic came in, and now it's not. So it's just on Xbox. Like, there's so much confusion and explanation when you just grab a game like Persona or like God of War and just go, where can I play this? There. Simple. How do you share games? Look, duh. And he hands the game over. And everybody's like, oh my God, oh my God. Messaging. And if Microsoft launches next generation with 5 different ways to play, and you could stream it on your phone, grab a controller and shove it on your phone, and goes all over the place with messaging, that's an issue. You got to lead with games. You got to talk about games. Yes, there's time for hardware talk, but you can't be leading with that all the time. You got to talk about the content. And that's where they fall. That's where they drop the ball. And a lot of the people that carry on about them being dominant is just really just hope that Microsoft's going to get back to where they were with the 360, being aggressive, doing aggressive moves. And, not under this regime. This regime wants gaming for everybody. So I have to thank Phil Spencer for letting me find gaming on PC. I'm not no keyboard and mouse owner. Like, I don't play that way. I play with a controller. But I'm able to reap the benefits of Xbox by not being locked down to the hardware. I could chat on the computer. I could chat on my phone. And that's the thing. Like, I could do all that stuff for free. So if you make options that are better than your dedicated gaming console, smart people are going to explore those other options. Because why are you going to sit there and pay for a service that they're giving free across the street? Now, yeah, there's some caveats with it, like, oh, well, fast computer and all this other stuff, but you can chat with people, stay in touch with your community on your phone for free. You don't even need a subscription. I just want to see more gaming from them. And that Joseph Staten thing, I'm glad they did it. There's more of it. But, I caution everybody just to say, like, be real critical. Like, I'm not going to critique them and yell that they shouldn't release 4 pieces of hardware, because you don't know what Sony's going to do. You don't know Sony's going to release 2 pieces of hardware. You don't know if Sony's going to do PlayStation Now on phones again. And that's the other thing that I wanted to address. That's not into my topic thing, but the PlayStation Now stuff, I saw that going around too, where it was everywhere. Like, when Sony first launched the PlayStation 4, PlayStation Now, it was on TVs, it was on the Vita, it was on PlayStation 3, it was on PlayStation 4, and it was on Xperia phones and Xperia tablets. It's not on Android tablets yet. You could try to sideload it, but it doesn't work. I tried doing it a couple of times. But what Sony did was it pulled it off all those other devices, the PlayStation 3, the Vita, TVs. You could buy a controller for your TV. And they pulled PlayStation Now off of that, because PlayStation Now first just had PlayStation 3 games streaming. When they started offering PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation Now is when they pulled it off all those other devices. Now, why would they do that? It could have been that it wasn't successful on those other devices. That's probably one of it. But also too, it drove the sales of the PlayStation 4 because now you could only experience the PlayStation 4 games on the console and on PC. So they put it just to PC and to console. But they took it off like, why would a person on a TV be able to stream PlayStation 4 games? I want them to buy a console. But that was around the same time. They pulled it from the store, all those other things like PlayStation. Why would PlayStation 3 gamers be able to play PlayStation 4 games streaming? They pulled it off right when they started offering PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation Now is when they pulled it off all those other devices and they just kept it on PC and console. It's just kind of strange that, they did that around the same time. And the one difference that I see between Sony and Microsoft is that Sony might do the same things that Microsoft's going to do. But from what Sony has shown an appreciation and a sense of kind of respectfulness to their studios and IP and games coming from them. Like, this is this is something that you're going to get and from us and expect from us. This is what our first party is. And I don't see Sony selling out their first party like that. Like, I see them putting it on sale, eventually putting them in PlayStation Now. But Microsoft's approach is basically they took their first party of what they had and just put it day and date on Game Pass. Like, let's go. And Microsoft's models, basically, they put it on PC. So they kind of took what the core wanted, the core console, the reason why you bought an Xbox, and they put it everywhere just to try to appeal to more gamers, to grow their market. Also, too, to probably do more numbers, to basically say, like, hey, we might have 40 consoles out there, but we also have all those people on PC out there. Which makes me go, how successful that's even been. When we look at Forza Horizon 4 and Gears and Forza 7 and Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, you need to realize that why those games are not in the top 10 more, because guess what? They are offered to an install base that's a million times larger than a PlayStation. It's a multi-plat. Forza Horizon 4 is on Xbox consoles and on every Windows 10 device out there. That install base is what? 1 billion Windows 10 users? So you think that a game that is on a large install base would be huge. Like, it would dominate because it is on an install base much larger than Sony or Nintendo. Gears 4 was on a Windows 10 install base and a console. If you're a Windows 10 PC owner, you could buy Gears 4. Like, it is on an install base that's larger than anything. Yet, the sales of the game haven't seemed to go along with the install base. Now, is that a problem with the Windows 10 store? I know that it's bad, but the PC people are not going to just gravitate to that Windows 10 store when they got a library on Steam. And now other people are starting to library Epic and all that other stuff. But you got to look at, is this stuff working? Like, Microsoft, it says right now that, it's like, they say it's great, it's wonderful, it sounds good on paper, but is it really working? We've been in this for 2 years for Play Anywhere. Quantum Break, Gears 4, Forza 7, Forza Horizon 7, it was the 4, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Lucky's Tales. We're going to see Crackdown next. These games are being offered to an install base beyond the 90 million PlayStations. But you look at MPD, and those games seem not even to move up a notch or be in the top 3. when they're offered to an install base that is huge with Windows 10 and Xbox. That install base destroys Sony and destroys Nintendo. What's going on? Digital sales are counted across platforms. It's a multi-platform game. We always see like, well, why is the multi-platform games in the top 5? Well, they're multi-platform. They're on more devices. So shouldn't that work with Windows 10 and Xbox? So like the words that come out of Phil's mouth sound great. But when you look where the rubber hits the road on MPDs of what we can get out of anything, is it successful? And it says, well, why does that matter to you if it's successful or not? It matters to me if it's successful or not because that's developer mindshare. If it's not successful, developers are not seeing this huge uptake in Play Anywhere games and making games that there's such success between the Xbox and PC. Let's do that. Then you're not going to get those kind of games. The developers are not going to give the time of day to that. And that affects, as a PC gamer, as an Xbox gamer, it affects you because it makes you not get the games that you might get if this was successful. You think if the Switch wasn't selling the way it was, it would get all these ports? You think Diablo would be there? Not saying that, these are great things, but they're getting the mind share. People are putting their stuff over to the Switch because of the success of its sales. So Switch owners benefit from this. So if you say that I keep saying the same thing, the thing is that if this stuff is not working, it's all just smoke up your ass. And Phil comes down as this Dalai Lama, Kumbaya, Gandhi, savior of gaming, and talks a good talk. But is it really giving us more games? Is it giving us better experiences on Xbox? Med says the UI is shit. It's been shit. It's been better. It's been worse shit. But they don't care about the UI because they care about Windows 10 UI. Phil said it. He didn't say, I'm going to go fix the Xbox UI. He thinks you guys are chill. He thinks you're happy. You chant his name every time you see him. He thinks he's a pig in shit. It's Windows 10 that he has to fix. So good luck with your UI. Good luck with your console experience. You guys are good. You're fit as fiddle. You're good as gold, according to Phil Spencer. You Xbox console owners, man, you guys should shut the fuck. You are satisfied. According to Phil, it's Windows 10 that he has to get. It's Windows 10 they got to push for Gears, for Halo being first-class citizens. That's who they got up. You guys on the console, you bleed green, you go ahead, bleed out. He don't hear credit. He loves it. Woo, my fans. He thinks you guys are fine. He fixed you. He bought you an X. Oh, the X is selling well. We'll sell more hardware to those fucking people. We'll give them more shit. There. Here's a Scarlet 1, an X, an S, fucking Z's and A's and B's, and here's all the other consoles. And you'll keep buying it because you bleed green. You keep buying it. He thinks you guys are chill. He's fine. You don't have to fix Xbox. Xbox has been fixed. Phil has fixed Xbox. He hears it all the time, how he saved it and turned it around, man of the year. Now he needs to fix Windows 10. So all you console owners, I hope you're happy with what you got because you should be satisfied. This guy, grinds my gears, is not satisfied. And if I'm the only voice that says I'm not satisfied, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to come on here one day go, no, guys, all ruse. It's all a ruse. I love it. Xbox is the best. I love it. They've done everything right. No. And my opinion is not going to change until they fix it. Until they give me games I'm excited about. And the way they're doing it is piss poor. Their management and marketing of games is trash. I think they would be like Ralph Cramden and the Honeymooners if I say, why should I play this game, Crackdown 3? They'll be like, Phil, why is it humana cloud, humana clouds, the Xbox, blue green, humana. Phil, why should I go buy the next console? It's going to have the power of the cloud, and it is going to be the most powerful console ever, and it is going to also be another option for you. Then he's all talk, and everybody will play. You could play it on your phone, take it with you when you want to go. Then he becomes the fucking door-to-door salesman. But if I ask him, Phil, what do I do in Sea of Thieves? We shoot guys out of cannons. The submarine. Major Nelson. Inside. Content's coming. A service game. Talk about games. Head between their legs. Talk about hardware and services. Balls out. And that's what grinds my gears for this holiday. Nothing has changed. And my fear in January has come to fruition. They are making games for Game Pass, and that is what they want to do. They are still in the console space. They could release 20 consoles. They're Microsoft, billion-dollar company. They could release tons of hardware for you. But their mind is not behind the hardware. Their mind is in the clouds. And that's basically where it is. And that's where we are in 2018, December. And we're going to go to next year. And I said it before on this show. Next generation is going to be a shit show. And I'm not saying that Sony's not going to do streaming and clouds. And actually, Sony's more capable, more positioned for it right now. It's a flip of a switch. Microsoft's still going to start xCloud as a beta. And I think, too, when we say xCloud and Game Pass, I think everybody combines them too much. xCloud is going to be another sort of delivery system. They're going to probably have their games there. You could buy them on the cloud and stream them. Game Pass, I think, eventually be there. And I think it's going to be another one of these program things, just like Play Anywhere is. Like, I don't think Microsoft's just going to snap their fingers and your whole library is in the cloud. And nonetheless, the cloud is based off of Xbox One S's. So if they're going to do the next generation of new processors and stuff like that, they're going to have to make sure that those games run on the S to stream. That's why it is kind of a mess. And if Sony just comes out and goes, hey, all your PlayStation 4 games play on the PlayStation 5, and here are some games that only play on the PlayStation 5. Horizon 2. Oh my God, look at that game. Oh my God. Spider-Man 2. Oh my God, look at that game. Starting at $500 this spring, 2020. And Microsoft's going to be, well, we got a discless one. You could stream it over here. Here's a controller. Stick it to your phone. Simple versus complicated. Too many options muddy the water. And I know people say, well, consumers are smart, stuff like that. If you're staring at a $500 box and somebody says you could play the games on that box on your phone, and they're like, well, it's streaming and stuff. They're like, but wait, I can play those games. I don't need this box to play those games. That's what they hear. They're not going to hear, well, 720p, you might have some frames. They don't give a shit about that. They just go, wait a second. This $500 thing, I don't have to buy this for my child. No, you can play those games on that box. You can play them right now on your phone. What? Well, does he have a computer? Yeah, you can play it right on the computer. I don't have to buy this $500 thing because he says I have to buy this. It's like, no, you can play it right here. They're not going to hear like, oh, well, it's 720p. It's streaming. You might have some lag frames. There might be some frame rate issues. They don't give a shit about that. They just go, wait a second. He could play this stuff on things he already has. Then I don't need to buy this. Whereas a Sony customer will come in and go, this Spider-Man game, everybody's talking about it. What? Here's the box, lady. This is the only place that you can play it, sir. And that's the thing, game players. That's exactly where I get with all these things. Traditional gaming, call me an old man, but traditional gaming has shown dominance and growth this entire generation to this day. Nintendo coming in only a year and a half ago with traditional model of releasing exclusive games on a mobile system that, yeah, it goes back and forth, but on a console with exclusive games has managed to almost try to hit 20 million consoles by the spring of next year. Traditional gaming has shown growth and dominance. The PlayStation 4 is going to surpass the PlayStation 2. If gaming mindset and streaming is the future and all that other stuff changed, why would a later console be more successful than a console 2 generations ago? Traditional gaming is dominating the market. You could say Sony was a freak show, but then Nintendo shows up and now Nintendo's dominating traditional gaming. So I don't understand when people go, well, Microsoft is the future. Microsoft is scrambling around right now. They are scrambling to try to keep themselves relevant in the gaming narrative. And in order for them to do that, the console narrative has dried up. Blame it on Donnie D, blame it on the messaging, blame it on all those people that were there, because Phil was there too. He didn't just show up walking by headquarters and somebody said, you, Phil, get in here. Phil was there. Nonetheless, Phil was head of Microsoft Gaming Studios. He knew their first party better than anyone. So how the hell, when he became president or head of Xbox, did our first party go the way to Dodo Bird? When that's all this guy did was first party. He took Shane Kim's job. Gaming, Microsoft first party was what Phil knew. And under his regime, our first party has struggled and been non-existent. Explain that to me. You specialize. You weren't working. You weren't working over in the tech, like, fixing microchips, and now you're head of Xbox. You were running the first-party studios, and now you're head of Xbox. Don't you think he would double, like, oh my God, exclusives will move the console? We need to do this right now. Gears, and look what Halo did for Xbox. Fucking Xbox was built off an exclusive. Xbox, the original Xbox, was built off of Halo. The house that Halo built. And from there, it propelled to Halo 2 and to Gears. Exclusive games are the reason why the console succeeded. So to throw that out the window and go, oh, it's all about Call of Duty now. Yes, Call of Duty sells. But exclusives, timed exclusives, marketing, it matters. And Microsoft was bad with their time exclusives. That Tomb Raider thing was a disaster. And the media put pressure on them, yes, of the timed exclusives. But Microsoft showed a lack of confidence. And it led into this generation where they backpedaled on their messaging. 2013, when they said, this is what we're doing. And instead of holding to it, they backpedaled and they showed weakness. And people go, yo, if you just yell loud enough in Microsoft's face, they'll change. And they did. And people thought they could do that the entire generation. And they still do. Yeah, I know gameplays. Milk Customs. I think he's a great person. I think, he says some great stuff. But if you're looking at it as a gamer and what Xbox offers as exclusive games that get you excited about the console that you can't play anywhere else, I never thought I would say, like, it's the worst. And that's how I just couldn't bear it anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play free Xbox Live, and I got my last console that just broke. I'm gonna try to fix it again today. I'm gonna see if I could salvage it. But like, I reap the benefits of all Xbox has to offer by having a computer. And I'm not a PC gamer. I don't. I play on the PlayStation 4 with their games. I've been playing their games. And it is what it is. Like it's just, and I play the Switch and I play Smash Brothers and I play the games. Don't play the console. And that's the whole point of this whole YouTube channel. And I just want to thank everybody too. Like, I come on here, I talk, I lose my voice every time. But I'm passionate about this stuff. And I think that's why you guys come and listen to it, because I'm not no friggin' fake. This is not fake, because nobody could talk this long if it was fake. The fake would have to run out. This is how I feel. And I'll keep saying it until something changes. Yes, I got to play that Spider-Man DLC. I beat the second one. And I'm not going to change. Oh, did you say the same stuff? Yeah. Microsoft still does the same shit. I'm going to say the same shit until something changes. Until something goes, wow, like, oh yeah, that's good. And I'll give credit where credit's due. If Sony messes up something, I'll say something about Sony. But I've been invested in Microsoft since the first Xbox. And to watch it grow and fall, the rise and fall of Rome, even if it wasn't as big as globally, but to watch Xbox come from the ashes of it didn't justify itself as a console. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with Nintendo. I'm playing Disney Sports Soccer. I want mature gaming. I want to play online. My friends are playing Unreal and Ghost Recon, and I'm playing Disney Sports Soccer in my pajamas on the GameCube. Nintendo, thank you very much. You did not grow up with me. I am moving on to more mature gaming. And I moved on for Xbox, and I played online. I got cable. I had a cable. I ran the cable, 20-meter cable cord. And then I bought the wireless port replicator. And I was all in Xbox, playing guys from Australia and GP Motorsport. Halo, it was crazy. Those are the good days of GameStop, where they actually had people there that knew what the hell they were talking about. My GameStop used to be the Bada Bing Club. I used to go in there like Tony Soprano, and we used to just sit there and just talk about games and just be like, hey, friend called me up. He's like, you know what? Don't come at midnight. He has Halo 2. You get it during the day. Those were the days, man. Silver Halo 2 special limited edition. Give me that Halo 3 helmet. Those would, and watch Xbox, then 360, how aggressive they were. Get Kojima on my stage. Pull him right from Sony's lips. Get him on my stage. Final Fantasy, get him over here. You're getting all the games that those PlayStation guys got. You're getting them here because you are first-class citizens, Xbox owners. You are first class. You are important to Microsoft gaming. You are important to Microsoft. We're making moves for you. And it was great. 1 versus 100, the evolution of Xbox Live, Xbox Arcade, Xbox Summer of Arcade, games that nobody had, Braid, State of Decay, games that nobody saw, Explosion Man. In addition, Halo Reach, Halo 3, Halo ODST. Something different with Halo. Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3. We won't talk about Judgment. But then they went with Connect and like, oh, now we got kids and petting animals. And it's like, oh, shit. And then while that time, Sony was like, yo, here's God of War 3. Here's some other games. Here's Uncharted 2. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then I got a PlayStation 3. I played it. The problem was that their online sucked. They had no party chat. So I stuck with the Xbox through it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going with Xbox One because they got games. They had Rise looked awesome. I didn't want to play Killzone. I didn't like Killzone 3. I like Killzone 2. But I'll stick with Xbox because Xbox evolved their platform. They took the 360 slides and they evolved their platform. Sony had the same UI and same platform as the PSP. Sony was lazy. You're lazy, Sony. I don't like you, Sony. You're lazy. Keep your PlayStation 4. Microsoft evolves their console. They support their hardware. They support it with games. We got Rise. That game looks awesome. I didn't know I liked it. Yeah, I hate those screwball missions too in Spider-Man. But and Nintendo and Sony's like, it's $400 for some indie games. I mean, no, I want big blockbuster games. And we got Titanfall. Titanfall exclusive. Oh yeah, here we go. But then 2 years ago, Microsoft went fucking crazy. They got PC, everybody. Phil Spencer's like, well, the PC game is a different game, and that's a person that plays keyboard and mouse close to the console game. I look at them, they sit back on their couch with their controller. And then 2 years later, he goes, oh, here's a keyboard and mouse, $250 to sit back and play your games on your console. You just for a hypocrite. You basically said the reason why you're putting your games on PC was because it's a different market. And it's a different type of gamer. And now you're saying, oh, well, we're putting keyboard and mouse support on our console right now. $250 Razer keyboard. And go watch the Linus Tech Tips video. Xbox to PC. Again, Microsoft bullshit. You can't use a mouse on the UI. You get your controller rumbles as you play the keyboard and mouse games. You can't turn off the rumble on your controller's rumbling, even though you're using the keyboard and mouse. You got to use the controller in some games to hit A to start the game, but then when you're in the game, you can use the keyboard and mouse. It's a shit show. And they leave it up to the devs. And that's what happens. But go watch it, and you'll see how the implementation is just so shit against the wall right now. It's really just kind of, I don't know where to go. And the safest place to be if you want to experience any Microsoft games is a computer. Exactly, gameplay. Yeah, your control has to be on all times. Linus is a PC. Linus Tech Tips. The guy is all about PC stuff. And I'm not no diehard PC gamer. I hate fucking PC gaming. I hate it. I hate dealing with all the drivers and all the other shit. But I follow technology. And, he had a video that says, is the Xbox a PC? And he goes very in-depth on like what keyboards work. And another problem is the Xbox does not have Bluetooth like the PlayStation does. So you cannot hook Bluetooth devices, a keyboard and mouse, sit back and play. You got to use either the Wi-Fi dongle or a wired one. Or buy a $250 Razer one. And he says there's 3 different types. There's like a keyboard that's Microsoft supported. Then there's one that's not supported. Like, it's a mess. But you can't use your controller. You got to use a controller to start Warframe, but then you can use the keyboard and mouse. You could your control rumbles when you play, and a whole bunch of knickknacks, a whole bunch of silly stuff. But I ask, why? You ship with a console. And he says it in the video. He goes, you ship with a controller. I don't think devs are going to go, face first into developing keyboard games just for Xbox. Because I don't think the install base is that big. But if you watch the Linus Tech Tips video, is Xbox a PC? It goes right into depth, and it just shows you scratch your head as a console gamer, as an Xbox fan, going like, why do we need this shit? Like, who's asking for this? Why? And then people will just say, well, it's options. But you know what? The thing is like, why? Why? Why are we even climbing up this tree? We got shit we need to do right now. We need to play some games. We need to look at what 2019 is and what games are we going to be playing. I don't care about what hardware or how I'm going to play it. That's level 2. You want to know that you want to play it. And then level 2 is how you're going to play it. And Sony is doing a good job of showing this is what you're going to play. Nintendo too, with Metroid. Shit, if Nintendo releases the Metroid next year, Last of Us 2 is going to be fucking insane. But like Ghost of Tsushima looks incredible. Like, I want to play that. Crackdown 3, I'm like, maybe. Gears 5, you know what? I want to play it. And I'm waiting for the multiplayer showing because I was so disappointed with Gears of War 4 multiplayer. So we'll see, but we got all this hardware coming down the line. I think next year is going to be more hardware talk. I think Sony's going to talk about more of, I think they're going to start talking about PlayStation 5 later in the year. I think E3 is going to be huge for Microsoft. Like, I think they better have all their studios lined up with some games and just talk games. Because I swear, if E3 2019 turned into what XO18 was, a Game Pass commercial, oh Lord, that's not going to be good. And if E3 2019 turns into a Game Pass commercial, you got to be concerned about it. And also, too, like Gears Tactics. Oh, now that keyboard and mouse support is here. Yeah, he is a little snitch. He is a little weasel guy on there. I get you. But it's a good video, Daniel, though. It's good. He's just talking about it. It's not his real opinion, but they're testing stuff and showing it. And what's interesting, I found interesting about that video is the beginning when he interviews people who are primarily PC guys. And he goes, "Why do you game on PC?" And a lot of it is all about the controller input. It's all about, not the controller input, but it's all about input. Well, I prefer keyboard and mouse. The games are cheaper. It's such accurate with the mouse. That's what I mean. Like, console, and I think I said this in a tweet earlier today, and this is what I'll end it on. Get you guys back. I always go along with these things. I know some people said, "Oh, you talk too long, Jez." But you know what? I hate turning on a YouTube video and it being 3 minutes, and then I got to find something else. So, but I just want to, end with this one. Like I said, it was like, the PC, console, and mobile, all three different input devices. But if PC gaming, it's been the longest one here. It's been before consoles. If PC gaming was that dominant and it was that definitive way of playing games, consoles would not thrive or even be where they are today. That's the thing. Thanks, man. Thanks, Blue. Thanks, Jemiah. So I was like, "You talk too long. How can you talk an hour and a half?" I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you guys sticking around, talk and listening. But if PC gaming was a definitive place to play, the best place, why would consoles even sell? Why would consoles be even successful? Why would we even be at 20 million possibly Switches, Nintendo Switches? Why would it? It's PC gaming. It's the input. That's the thing. It's keyboard and mouse. Controller has its own place in the world. Console gaming has to coexist with PC gaming. It always had. So for Microsoft to kind of forcefully make the console more like PC, it seems that I just don't understand. There's a market out there for your console. You need to address the games and the market for that. Halo on PC, I'm sure, would do incredible. But it was the definition, the definitive way of a console shooter. It was made for the console, Halo. And to see that them saying Halo Infinite is going to be first-class citizen PC, it is a little like, you know what? I'm sure it's going to be incredible on PC. That's where I'm going to play it on the Control playlist. But that game was a console game. And to see Microsoft just go into PC is where to experience Microsoft right now. That's where all their investment is. That is where all their mind share is. It is going to improve the Windows 10 store. You said it in an XO18. And that's where it's going to be. And as an owner of a PC, I have every right and every say on how Microsoft makes their games because I'm going to experience them on my PC. If I never played their games and I had no way to play their games, then you say, yeah, I shouldn't be talking. But as a console owner that just died, console owning consoles died, and owning a PC and playing the games on PC, whether you prefer it or not, I am on Xbox Live. I'm an engagement number. I have reference. So that's the way it is. And that's the thing, like, what Blue says, just mediocrity stuff. It's a little warning. Like, and I started seeing it with Quantum Break. Like I'm like, ooh, Microsoft first party. Ooh, what's going on here? And it started going down. And seeing Rare's games, Sea of Thieves, get a 68, 69, like, ooh, like, ooh. Like, guys, like, I don't know, man. Like, that's not first party quality right there. When you get a first party game, you get that Nintendo seal of quality. And I think that's why Sony's doubling down on quality for their first party. And that's the reason why you buy the platform. That's the reason why you buy anything. And Microsoft's going to have a lot of marketing to do. And, I understand that there's Xbox guys that have to fight the battle because they get constantly made fun of, or the Xbox sucks and all this other stuff. And, and the Sony guys are like living the large life and with all these amazing games and stuff. The thing is like, if you just take it for where the games are, two of them are not like the other. And Sony and Nintendo, I cannot fault them right now. And even if they had stupid shit going on with them, the fact that they gave me those experiences, it's tolerable. The fact that I could play and there's more coming. It's not a one and done, God of War done. That's it. Next game in next 6 years. No, they got a lineup of games that, like, holy shit, these look fun. And I just asked Microsoft, where's your thing? Start showing more Gears 5, because that was a good trailer. Let's see more of it. But let's see other things. Let's see that you could do something else. And that's the thing. Like, let's see you could do something else, because everything else you seem to be doing besides Halo and Gears. And I'm sorry, Gears 4 was a proof of concept, and Halo 5 was ugh. They had some cool multiplayer stuff, but that single player, like, it's getting kind of long in the tooth. I'm like, oh, like, the fighting the Guardian was cool, climbing up the Guardian, but I was like, okay, here's the Warthog scene, and here's the tank scene, and it's like, let's go, guys. Come on. We're going to be 6 in. And I'm thinking Halo Infinite, like I said before, and I got yelled at on playing Xbox. Halo Infinite is going to be a platform for Halo. It's called Halo Infinite. There's going to be some co-op campaign, open world, so they can inject content and a service-based game. Think Destiny, something like that. It is not going to be your traditional Halo. Now, whether the story suffers or the mission types suffer because maybe there's not this direct narrative, maybe it's taking that Crackdown approach of this kind of like open world, but you're looking at accessibility, and I keep hearing that accessibility. That's why CFDs doesn't have a progression system, because they want somebody to log in today and have the same experience as somebody who played back in March. They don't want somebody in March having all these like fireball cannons because they put 30 hours in the game. And now I just come in as a newbie and I got a little shit cannon. They don't want that. They want accessibility. But then one of the criticisms of CFDs, there's no purpose. There's no real leveling up. There's no progression. Why would I doing what I'm doing? Just to get new gear? Just to get something that doesn't impact my gameplay? And that's the reason why. That's accessibility. And accessibility is for Game Pass. It's for reaching 2 billion gamers. So now your games might be affected. Your gameplay is going to be affected because Microsoft's decision to be Game Pass, to be accessible, to be out in the open, rather than making that game that has the hook that a gamer wants to play. And that's my biggest fear. And that was my fear in January, and come full circle, and now we're all in on it. But, I just want to take this time. Whoever's stuck around, I got 20 people, 17 people on here. I want to thank everybody for coming and listening to my spiel. I've always wanted to do this. Like, I rant like just just I read something, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'll say something. And I'm like, now I got a microphone. I'm like, let me put it on there. But guys, I had, and it's not about subscribers and all this stuff, but it is nice to know that there's people out there that you know either agree or disagree. And you don't have to agree with me. But the fact that just converse and talk and community and stuff like that, I just thank you, because I had like, when I started this, I had 12 people. Now I'm at like 183. Like, that's awesome. Like, I want to just thank all you guys for the support and coming out here and listening to it. I know I don't have a routine, but I just kind of build up and I want to be as genuine as possible. I don't want to have like a fake, like just kind of way, like, oh, let me do one. I haven't done a show because I got to just talk about something stupid. I just like, things that I feel like are building up. But I want to thank everybody, for coming out, like the video, share it out there. I want to do some more streaming and stuff like that. And, Clan Xbox is going to be fun. Again, it's probably going to be all speculation again, as usual, as it was this year. But, welcome to Meds coming on there. We're going to have some good talk of PC gaming and, and hearing his new experiences with the Xbox and stuff like that. I'm going to see if I could salvage my console to fix it so I can get on there. But I'm just like, I'm at the cusp. I'm like, do I buy an X? I said 500 was too much, and now it's 400. But I'm like, they just keep talking more and more new stuff coming out. I'm going to be pissed if I spend $400 to play all the games that I have already. Like, I want to play Halo and all this stuff. Like, I am missing my Halo, not having a console, which there you go. The reason to own a console. I'm missing my Halo, Master Chief. Like Gears, I can play on my PC, but Halo's not there, and that there you go. That's the reason why the console exists. Yeah, Forza Horizon 4 is awesome. That is awesome. And that's another game. That game was like incredible. And Microsoft really like promoting the seasons, promoting the events. Like, let's go. Let's show people that Horizon's still around, Microsoft. Why are we talking services and clouds and xCloud? Let's talk about what's going on in Forza. Let's go. I know they got the new island that came out. Like, come on. Get people excited about your games, Make people go, you're going to have to do a lot of earning. Like, I'm sorry, but like, the next generation, like you pissed off a lot of friggin' people this generation. And to gain those people back, you're going to have to just put your money where your mouth is and show amazing games that people can't deny. And Forza Horizon 4 was one of them. You didn't hear people going, that's trash, it's trash. Like, there are people that would say that. But those people are just going to hate on anything. But you got to get those people that are like, that's a game I need to play. That's a game that I should do. Get people excited about your games. And that's all I ask. For next year, 2019, let's go. I think it's time to talk games. I think you had enough hardware, enough service talk. We need to do more Joseph Staten videos of Crackdown 3. Let's go. Let's talk about games, because Sony's going to talk about games. They're going to hold on to that PlayStation 5 card as long as they can. And they're going to make it all about their games. Nintendo's going to do it and probably release a stronger console with Metroid. Horizon's good, man. Horizon is good. That's an amazing looking game. Play is fun. But let's go. Like, I think it's time to start selling your games. Now, I know those studios are early, but it's time. 2019, Microsoft, let's go. 2018 was rough. It was rough. Last year, we had the X that you were able to just like fall back on that one and not really recognize that we had no games. We were talking about 4K, everything else. This year was rough. We have very bad games that came out. Forza was the gleaming light, but the other games were trash. Next year, Gears. Please don't hide behind Gears and not really talk about, like, we need to talk about games. Don't hold on to Gears news until E3. And there's got to be a lead up. And we'll see. Microsoft just seems to just hold on to their gaming news until the month of the release. And then by that time, notions have been set. People feel what they feel. They're thinking like, wow, they didn't talk about this game. There must be something wrong with it. Let's stop that. Let's make next year about games, okay? Please. Let's not hear about xCloud and future dominance and all this other stuff. And then Sony saying, Here's Days Gone. Here's Ghost of Tsushima. Here's Last of Us gameplay. And we're like, oh my God. And Microsoft's still talking clouds. I can't do another year of it. I'm not going to be able to talk anymore. So, 2019 big games. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Hope I didn't lose my voice too much. I got to drink some water now. But again, my long rants, grinds my gears is out. Maybe I'll do one next week or after Christmas, see how everybody's holiday went. I'm sure news-wise is going to be quiet. But I play some more games. Get on that. I might do some streaming. But I want to thank everybody for all the support. Come in the chat. I love you guys in the chat. It's fun. The reason why I stay on here is because you guys talk to me. That's fun. But it's gonna be fun next year. And that's what it is. It's all fun and games, man. That's what it's all about. But when people shit on my games, Grinds My Gears has to come to attention and make a show. When people start not talking about games and talking about all the other crap. The crap is there, but it should not be led with it. We got to be talking about the games. Games are fun. That's what we play. We don't play studios. We play games. And I want to hear more of it. But thank you guys. Your families, a wonderful holiday. Have fun. Be safe. Drink a lot of eggnog with rum. And have a good time out there. And I want to thank everybody again for coming out. Grinds My Gears Holiday Special. And I'm out. See you guys.